Namaskaram all. Good morning and welcome to this bridge course in English literature that is offered by the Department of English, Shri Sharda Bhavan Education Society's Yashwant Mahavidyalaya, Nanded. This is a unique course that is devised specially for you to bridge up the gap that is present between a HC student who is past the 12th standard and entering into the higher education system in India. The way in which we are introduced to literature, as far as English is concerned, right from the first standard till the 12th standard, is to get ourselves introduced to a few pieces of poems, some prose lessons, maybe one or two dramas per year, and a few short stories. We go into the understanding of the appreciation of these poems or prose passages, or maybe the drama and fiction are understood for characters and plot. Little of grammar is taught and little of composition is taught till the 12th standard level, and the examination pattern is especially based upon the seen passages and their analysis, the unseen passages and their analysis, followed by the questions on grammar and composition. But when we enter into the higher education system like BA and take the optional English subject, the type of English and the type of literature that is introduced are something very different. The expectations that we have from the student after we opt for BA English or maybe later followed into MA English are also quite different. It's not only reading and analysis of the poems or the prose passages or the fiction or the drama, but we also expect the students to completely analyze and interpret the known as well as the unknown pieces of literature. For doing this, we need to understand what literature is. And so, the bridge course in English literature introduces you to what literature is and what criticism is, with all the various nuances associated with them. Along with this, as a lover of literature, I always feel that my students should have a complete background to what English literature is, at least, because we are getting ourselves acquainted with the English literature with all its types like poetry, prose, short story, drama, and long fiction. To have a complete idea of a detailed history of English literature with all its ages, with the major personalities that are related to literature and their major output in the form of literature is a must in order to understand and enjoy the literature classes. So this bridge course of English literature is devised especially for you to get yourselves acquainted with what literature is, what criticism is, and to have a brief introduction to English literature and literary giants. The entire course is divided into 5 days. On the first day, we get acquainted with basics of literature, criticism, with a brief introduction to English literature. On the second day, we shall talk about what poetry is, what the various nuances of poetry are, followed by major English poets and poetry. On the third day, we shall get ourselves acquainted with what English prose is across the various ages of literature, who are the major English prose writers, and what is their contribution to English literature. On the fourth day, we shall get ourselves acquainted with drama as a major genre of English literature. So we shall accordingly see who major dramatists are, what major contribution did they do to the progress of English literature, along with understanding the various nuances of a drama, like plot, characters, scene, dialogues, and so on. On the fifth day, we shall get ourselves acquainted with what fiction is as a genre of English literature, who the major fiction writers are in the British soil, what their major contribution is, and how exactly to understand, analyze, interpret, and appreciate novels and short fiction. Now, this introductory bridge course of English literature devised for 5 days will definitely help you to understand English literature better, analyze literature better, appreciate literature better, and in general enjoy literature. I hope you'll have a wonderful time doing the bridge course in English literature with me. I'm Padma Rao, belonging to the Department of English, Yashwant Mahavidyalaya. Thank you very much for opting this course and continuing with this course. Happy learning. Bye bye from now.